0 to 60 can define a performance car, but it's the fastest 60 to 0 that's the aim of Tarok's brakes. From road cars to race cars, circuits, special stages, or the autostrada, nothing reduces speed like Tarok's brakes. Italy gave the world the art of Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Tarok's has given drivers the art of stopping. For more information and to acquire your own masterpiece, visit tarox.co.uk. Yes, it's me, Mark Stone, and this is the Backseat Driver Podcast. It's the fastest, it's the friendliest, and it's for all the family. The Gas Shocks 116 Trophy and 120 Coupe Cup are the fastest growing race series in the UK, taking in 6 one-hour races and 8 sprints at all the top circuits. Visit 116trophy.com to find out more and get yourself behind the wheel.
I'd like to welcome back to the Backseat Driver Radio Show Mark Bate, Supremo of the 116 Trophy. Last week we were chatting about how the slower drivers are getting quicker and the quicker drivers think they're getting slower because the slower drivers are catching them up. But it's just one of those things. The more you race, the quicker you will get, especially if you're in the same car.
Yeah, I mean, the way you explain it, it sounds really complicated, but it's actually not. It's quite obvious, really. I mean, some people will get in a racing car and they will get, let's for instance say, I don't like talking percentages because one person said if you talk percentages, you don't know what you're talking about. But let's say you get in a car and you're getting 99% out of that car.
Yeah.
You can only get another 1% out of it.
Yeah.
So that I think that's what we were looking at.
And what the driver will do, or a good driver or a thinking driver, will be able to work out where that 1% is.
Yeah, but they can only get that. You can't. There's a limit to how fast that car can go around the track.
Yeah. It's like you said to me when we were at Alton Park. You'll be stunned how slow they are when they come past you.
Yeah, yeah.
And they are not fast cars.
No. So they're not fast cars. So you have nowhere to hide. If you mess the corner up, and we said this earlier, if you come out that corner, or you've messed it up going in, which is normally where you mess it up, as you know, 1 mile an hour slower than the guy behind you, that 1 mile an hour on the straight, that's enough to overtake.
Yeah.
And it's that.
Well, the other thing is all the balance of the car is being upset. The momentum of the car is being upset. And it doesn't come back like that.
No.
It takes a little straight and a couple of corners to get everything back up and rolling.
Yeah, and it's not unusual to on the rolling start to see the cars go past in formation, and then on the next rolling lap, you look and there's a couple of cars missing, and they've lost 6 or 7 or 8 places.
Yeah,
and you think have they had a moment? Well, no, they've just literally got something wrong.
Yeah.
And that many cars has driven past them.
Yeah.
Because a stream of cars have
Well, when
past
you're 40 odd cars on the grid, and if you get it wrong, it's not going to be the one behind you that comes past. It's going to be like 7 or 8 of them will come past.
I mean, I don't drive them, but I would imagine they'll come past you in a line, and you're never getting back in that line.
It's the embarrassment factor, isn't it? I haven't lost a position. I've lost 6.
And then you've got an hour and a half to get it back. I mean, we're laughing, but it must be so frustrating. But it does. The guys have really sort of got to grips with the cars, and all the drivers will openly admit that have been around a few seasons that, you know, it's that, I think, that keeps them going, and it's that knowledge that, because we have a driver, Sam Carrington Yates, and if he's on his money on the day, he will put a lap time in that looks so ridiculously suspect that everyone, how has he done that? But
when did he shovel that 3 litre into it?
Oh, he must have not took a corner or come through the pits or the back. It's something, but the lads know him now, and they know that. But I think now, whereas that used to frustrate people and it used to cause people used to get quite upset. Not in a horrible way, but, naturally I would. But now people know that's the goal. If he sets that lap time, they know they can do it. And I think that helps.
Well, they know the car's capable of doing it.
Exactly. And he's driven 5 different cars.
And the other thing is as well, it's like we said last week, the cars are identical, same wheels, same tyres, same engine, same brake horsepower output, maybe a horsepower difference.
There's nothing in the power, and no one really comes to me and says, someone's pass me on the straight.
Like I'm standing.
If you look at the video, they've done something in the corner, but yeah, people are used to Sam now, and what's happened with Sam is he is fantastic. I mean, he won Driver of the Year last year. He is fantastic, but people are catching him up.
Yeah,
and he's not as far in front as he was.
He's not happy.
And he's got, and for him to win the race, and he always has a driver with him. Both him and his co-driver have got to be brilliant, and one mistake in the trophy race, it will probably cost you the race.
Yeah.
So you've got to win a trophy race. You've got to be consistent with your lap times, and you've got to have a really boring day. If you have a dull day, very, very boring, where
you've done well,
basically nothing's happened, you can pretty much guarantee you're on the podium. If you've had one stinker on a corner or something's happened, you know where it's weird. But then it's because it drags out over such a long period of time.
Well, the interesting thing was when I came to Oulton Park earlier in 2022, there is the mandatory stop to change drivers or do whatever. And the pit crews are out. And it's like being at Le Mans. I mean, I watched one mechanic because the exhaust, of which everybody has the same exhaust, because the interesting thing is the catalyzer in the cat is the tailpipe. It's not it's not all the way in the system, it's on the back end.
Yeah.
This guy is willingly burning his hands to try and reattach it. And you think, this is serious. There's no way on earth I'd touch that back box.
No, but
he's desperate and he's shouting at the other mechanics and there was real passion to get this car back out and try and get it back up the field a little bit.
Because I think for that hour and a half, and this is the beauty of motorsport. And a lot of people probably who don't do motorsport won't realise this. I suppose it's similar to maybe going to football. For that 90 minutes at football, you're not thinking of your bills at home, and you're not thinking of what's got your work, and you're just intensely thinking of the football. Well, with our little race series, that 90 minutes, that's all you're thinking about, and people really sort of highly sort of I won't say highly strung or what, I don't know what the word is, but they're in that race.
The tension's there. Yeah. The urgency is there.
It's them in and they can't get out. And they're looking at the lap times, they're looking at the cars outside, they're trying to weigh up when to pit, they're looking for safety cars. And when we first started the series, the 1.5 hour races, I was used to 20-minute sprints and 15-minute sprints.
Yeah.
I watched the first couple of races and the hour and a half, and it dragged. Yeah. It's a bit like when I first went to football. I was like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. But then now...
As most people who know me think, no, I still think it's one of the most boring.
But now, some races, I don't know what's gone on, and it's gone... It goes fast. Yeah. I suppose it's like a really great football game where it will just go like a blur, and you've got to rewatch it on telly afterwards. Well, some of the races are like that, and it's getting more like that. Every race is getting like that, and the more races we do, the more it intense. Not intense, but the more, I suppose the word's exciting, and because people are getting the most out of the cars, they're getting the most out of the teams. The pit stops are perfect, like you say. Nobody ever goes over them.
I mean, just putting in one pit stop, another one, it shows how close they were. One guy had his door handle removed. They were racing that close. He'd lost the driver's door handle.
Yeah.
Well, he came in, and it wasn't a chair. He was stepping in for the duration.
Yeah.
And he's there, clamped hold of the steering wheel, and one of the mechanics is hammering like hell on the door and the window to get him to open it, because he couldn't open it from the outside. But because he's the helmet on and everything else, he couldn't hear him.
Yeah, well, the race you came was Oulton Park, and I think it was 42 or 43 cars on the grid, blistering sunshine and about 100 degrees or something.
Yes, crazy. It was a noticeably toasty day.
And the driving standards were quite horrific to start with. And we do tend to have really, really brilliant driving standards, a really, really good race. But if one person has a stinker, then it just amplifies.
Yeah.
And that's what you witnessed. Was this amplification of driving standards, I suppose you call it. But no, the race started and it went wrong for so many people, and there were some quite bad accidents. But the car, as you've seen, it takes a hell of a beating, and for a car to come in and not go back out again, it's serious. It has to have a really serious problem.
Well, just
cars are
looking
so
at
strong.
my occasional derogatory comments about BMW aside, they are very well built cars.
Yeah,
Add in roll cages and everything else, and they become a seriously well built car.
and without turning into like a geek, with it being a hatchback, it's like if you picture it as an egg. It's an unbelievably strong egg, and we've added a roll cage to that. And then when you put cars that are identical together, when they hit each other, they do tend to hit the bump. You know, your bumper reinforcement. It's another bumper reinforcement because it's the same car.
Yeah.
So when a door, it's a door. It's the same door, so the shape's the same. So, and it probably sounds a bit ridiculous, this, but it does make a difference. It does make a difference that our cars do bang into each other. And
Which is the nature of racing.
well, you got 40.
Technically, it's a non-contact sport, but you can't. When you've 40-odd cars going into the first corner,
Well, yeah, if
they are going to nudge each other.
40 cars, and don't forget, over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's the equivalent of God knows how many sprint races. So
Plus, there's also not being funny driver fatigue. It's an hour and a half racing, apart from this little break in the middle where they come in to either change drivers or whatever. If it's the same driver for the race, it's driver fatigue. Racing is a tiring pastime.
And there's nobody can say that if somebody told me this, I wouldn't believe them. Every single race, every single driver will make one mistake, minimum. I mean, you can't not make a mistake. So that one mistake could be a bang in the door. It could be a spin. It could be anything. But you've got 70-something drivers, don't forget, 40-odd cars. 70-odd drivers, and if every one of them makes a mistake, then you're gonna have some dents in your doors, aren't you? But they're not purposely doing it. It's just that's the law of
I think
averages.
it's like you said, because of the same car, etc. You carry as much speed as you can into a corner. You could be carrying more speed than the guy in front, which means you didn't intend nudging him up the backside.
Yeah.
You will do, because he
Yeah.
will either be slower into that corner or slower out of that corner.
Yeah. And if two people are coming out of a corner and they're side by side, the relative speed's probably only 1 or 2 miles an hour. So they're only in theory, they're only banging into each other at 1 or 2 miles an hour. If they go off the track, then it's a different story. You hit the turbo grass, then it all goes wrong. But yeah, so that's how it is. And that's part of the excitement, and that's part of the thrill and the adrenaline. And I've been in a race with, I think it was 35 cars at Oliver Park when I raced years ago. Now, bearing in mind this was 43 or 42. When I was in with 35, it was utter carnage. It always is.
There's a lot of cars out there.
It always is. And Alton is the carnage track, obviously. And what I remember from the races I did was the adrenaline was almost unbearable, you know. And I think, and that day, you know, the drivers, and that's why they come back. And that's why if people want to get into racing and they want to really feel high adrenaline, then yes, speed can do that. But there's nothing better than being completely surrounded to the point you can't see where you're going.
Yeah.
And you're racing, and that's when your adrenaline's up. And that's where we're lucky we've got that. We've got the big grids, we've got the good drivers that'll sort of yield and have respect between each other. And they will go 3, 4, 5 into a corner abreast, and it's great to watch.
How many races are in the series?
This year we did 8.
Yeah.
Which is 8 1.5 hour races, which has pushed us really. It pushed us as a club. And it pushed me personally as well, because as you know, and everyone knows, I've got a full-time job and 3 young kids. So it pushed me. So that was, we've tested the limit, and that's our limit, 8 races. And I think next year we're going to do 6, but we're adding.
Because that brings me on to the next topic.
Yeah.
You're adding a series to this, aren't you? And it's a similar car, still a BMW, it's still a 1 Series, but it's the Coupe. And they will have their own little race series that the normal 116 trophy car can take part in if it wants to.
Yeah. Almost. So what we're doing as from 2023, we're changing slightly. The 116 trophy stays exactly the same. There's no changes whatsoever. There's slight changes in the regulations, which we change every year for certain things. We're going to add a few little bits, but that's nothing to worry about. The format is exactly the same. But what we are doing is we're on the race weekends. So let's, for instance, say we're at Alton Park and we're doing an endurance race,
Which is the 90-minute one.
Yeah, we will also have 2 sprint races.
Yeah.
Now,
We were saying 15 minutes apiece.
Yeah, probably start at 15 minutes apiece because it's a new thing. So
Yeah.
all the trophy cars will be invited into the sprints. Also invited into the sprints is the new series, which is the 1 Series Coupe, the E82, what we're calling the Coupe Cup. And there's 2 reasons for that. One, because we think that some drivers will like to do the sprint races anyway.
Yeah.
Some drivers will just do the sprint races because it might help their budget if they're a single driver.
Because it will be technically cheaper to do the sprint.
Yeah, because you're buying less track time.
Yeah.
An endurance series, or us particularly, we do a 90-minute race and it's half an hour normally in qualifying. So that's 2 hours track time. Now, every minute of track time has to be paid for. So if you're doing 2 15-minute sprints, half an hour, plus a 15-minute quali, 3/4 an hour instead of 2 hours. So that's going to make a difference in the price. The price won't be exactly per minute because the trophy, with it being a big series, the club actually puts money back in to pay for track time. So you're not paying for the per minute. But with even paying per minute for the sprinting would be significantly less. We're talking hundreds. So there's that idea. Excuse me. So, and also we've got this idea that some people do like to test and some people can't afford to test, or they can't afford the day off on the Friday. They would, in theory, be able to do the sprinting, which would be cheaper than a test day.
Yeah.
So there's all these little things that add up for me as an option. We're not forcing anyone to do anything, but they're options for people. And I think a lot of drivers won't understand it till we actually get up and going.
Yeah.
So we actually get stuck into 2023 and we get a couple of races under our belt, and then people will then decide, I'll do such a thing at the next race, or I'll try this. But it also means that we've got track time for sprinting. So that the trophy cars will be sprinting. We then are going to bring our brand new product, the Coupe Cup, into them. They've got the same tyres, suspension, wheels, exactly the same chassis with the M3 arms, everything.
The only thing that's different is the engine. It's a slightly larger engine.
Well, it's larger cubic capacity, but it's not any heavier.
Because they never did the Coupe as a 16, did they? Did they?
I think they did, but I don't think it's the same engine anyway.
Yeah.
It'll be the
Well, basically, they're using the what you might call the 120 Coupe.
Yeah, well, what we're using possibly one of the most up-to-date petrol engines. So we're using what's called the N43, which is direct injection. It's on piezo injectors. It's super high compression ratio, 12:1. It's got the same Vanos system as the 116 Trophy, which we used to. So it's the same weight. Yeah. So it gives really strong power where this is rated at 190 horsepower for a 2-litre standard engine, which is, as well as I do, back in the day, if you had a 2-litre engine and you tuned it to 190 horsepower, you'd spend a fortune.
Yeah. We were also waiting for it to go back.
Yeah, well, B&W, I mean, we've done some changes on the Vanos system to get the power up. But still, that's knowledge that we've got from the trophy car.
Yeah.
Because we've changed the Vanos timing on that. So it's fell into place, this, and it's been an obvious thing to do. Engineering wise, when you look at the regulations together, it looks like we've done nothing. But we've tried so many things, and what we've come back to is what we know, which is we know the chassis is brilliant on the trophy car. We know the suspension works perfectly. We know the tyres are good, the wheels. So we've just took everything off that car and put it on this new coupe, and it's worked.
Yeah.
Even the flywheel is the same flywheel and clutch.
Yeah.
It's incredible what the same sponsors. So N-Tuning, who do the ECU for the trophy, they're doing the ECU for this. Clarius, who designed and built the first exhaust, they've designed and built this exhaust. So the cat's on the tailpipe again.
Yeah.
So it's almost the same car in a slightly different
And
guise.
the tyres, who supplies the tyres?
That we're starting with the same tyres from the Trophy, which we've had from the beginning, which are the Nankang and S2Rs,
Yeah.
which have turned out to be. We've been lucky that a lot of the parts on the car work.
And they also last.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying by working. I think that's the key to it. I think a lot of people think it works because it produces more power and it doesn't break down. No, it's got to work and it's got to stay working and it's got to. The tyres, nobody changes the tyres every race.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's brilliant for me.
And I'm not being funny in
Cost
no
down.
disrespect. They're not an expensive tyre, are
No,
they?
they've gone up because everything's gone up and, you know, prices of things have gone up this year more than ever before. But there's still, I think that just under £70, including VAT delivered per corner, which is, but that's,
Well, I pay more than that for me Fiat Pandas.
it's dirt cheap, but it's slightly subsidised by the club as the fact that we get a discount and we don't put money on the tyres. In fact, we don't put money on any of the parts. I mean, the Coupe Cup exhaust is probably the craziest thing I've ever known in motorsport, where you take the original exhaust off your car, you cut the caps off, you then send the manifold to Clarius, you pay the bill to Clarius, you scrap your cats, and you're actually made money by swapping onto this new exhaust, which is, I've never heard anything like it. So the cats that come off your original exhaust are worth more, and you get more back for them than you're paying for the full exhaust system on the car, which I love it because it's a great advert for the series, but that's how it works, you know, and if you think about things properly, and that's how we like to do things, you know, we take the suspension at £600 or whatever it is. I think it's 600 plus VAT now. I think it's around about £700 all in. And it comes with everything.
Who supplies the suspension?
It's Gaz Shocks who supply it. And Gaz have been with us from the word go. And that suspension is brilliant. It's not adjustable at the front. There's a little bit of adjustment on the back. Yeah. It comes with adjustable top mounts for camber caster. It's got the springs, the platforms. It comes with everything. And it works. I don't think there's a racing car with cheaper suspension on. Yeah. And when I say cheaper, I mean cost less.
I mean, not because
it's not cheap,
racing cars. Let's fit a set of Cornies round. Let's fit a set of Bilsteins round. Well, let's spend thousands.
You
on
can
each car.
literally spend as much as you've got. If you was to, you know, if somebody was to borrow you the credit card.
No disrespect to Bilstein, man.
No, if somebody was to borrow you your credit card and said build a race car, you would literally spend it twice over.
Yeah.
But what we've managed to do, and it's as luck as it is anything else, is we've managed to get these parts that, the budget, they come in on budget, they're cheap, but they're actually brilliant. Yeah. And they actually work fantastic. Nobody comes ever.
They've rather exploded a lot of myths, haven't they?
Yeah, and if you listen to the internet and Gaz themselves years ago, that they felt this, and I felt this with Gaz, that some of their products were on the cheaper side. And I think that sometimes there's a snobbery in motorsport that cheap means cheap. Well, it doesn't. Cheap is just how much you're paying for it. We've got great suspension. Yeah. There's no two ways about it. Nobody complains about the suspension. It's fantastic.
Other thing is, if you're 40-odd cars, and now the coupes, the sprint cars, that's, 60-odd cars. If you're buying 60-odd sets of suspension off one company, they're going to bring price down there before you, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Gaz is,
because it's like 60 cars times 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got about 120 trophy cars built. Yeah. So I think what happened with Gaz was, in the beginning, the first 2 years, it was heavily subsidised by Gaz for the suspension. And it was something like £400 and something, and they had to eventually come to us and say, look, Mark, I mean, you know, you sold 70 sets of suspension, but the problem is we were losing, I don't know, £100 on each set. Yeah. But now you're selling so many, I'm sorry, but we're actually losing loads of money because we're getting so many people working and building it at the factory, and they've got to pay them.
We've got to put price
they had
up
to
a
put
bit.
the price up, but we had a great run with them, and I agree. You know, I'm a realist. We want to keep them, so we said, you're going to have to put the prices up, and in theory, most of the cars were built anyway. Yeah. So we said, you put the prices up now, so that it's cost effective because we don't want to lose you.
Yeah. Because it'll be the new entrants, the new builds that will. Yeah, funny. have to absorb the
but
price increase. The other cars are already done.
There's a choice, and it's a difficult choice in business sometimes, is do you want to lose them? Do we want to change the suspension? And have they got a good point? They were, I know Gaz, I've known them for many, many years and good friends of theirs, and there's no way that and I could see what was going on. If you look at their catalogue and how much the suspension costs, the top mounts that they put on the suspensions are £200.
Yeah.
Now, how can they possibly sell a full set of suspension for £450 on the top mount? So it didn't work out anyway. But even now, it's still the cheapest suspension. I don't think there's another race series out there in this country where the suspension costs less than a trophy.
Yeah.
I just don't. In fact, I know. And obviously, I don't think there's another series out there that has the same price tyres, and not only are they the same price, how long do they last? Now, our tyres last for races, so that's even cheaper again, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you had a cheaper tyre and it lasts one race, and we can do 3 on ours, well, it's not cheaper, is it?
No.
So the things this is the reason why we haven't changed the tyres, we haven't changed the suspension, we've not changed the exhaust, we've not changed anything because we've not needed to.
Yeah.
We've been so lucky to get the right thing. So what we're doing is we're taking all those things that work and we're putting them on our new car, which is the Coupe Cup.
Yeah.
So we're even though it's a brand new series and it's new for people to look at, and
technically it's a brand new car.
It's a brand new car, but for anybody who knows everything, it's full of tried and tested parts. The flywheel, the ECU, the exhaust, the suspension, the tyres, the wheel sizes. It's just right through the car. So it's got a good chance of working, and it's got a good chance of being a good sprint series and a successful one. The looks of the car, you've seen the car.
It's a good-looking little.
It's a
good-looking little racing car.
Yeah. And we've managed to get it down to what I think's a good weight. Now, modern cars, as you know, are heavy, but we've managed to get this coupe down to, I think it's 1070, so 1070 kg without the driver. But it means a lot, that, because you're almost into an E30 sort of weight there.
Yeah.
325 E30 will weigh that.
Yeah.
So, and we've at a 325 E30 is 170 brake, we're 190.
Yeah.
So we're almost sort of reinventing a car that we used to have,
Yeah.
So we've got high hopes for the car. It's a dead modern car, so you're not building on a rusty car. There's I think looks wise, I think it's got it.
It's a good looking car.
Mm-hmm. And the engine is absolutely amazing.
Well, the other thing is, for the normal 116 trophy cars that want to take part in the sprint, there'll be two classes or two categories, won't they? Because the 1600 hatchback won't be able to go as fast as the 120 coupe.
Oh, so basically you'll have an old school class, a 2-class sprint race.
Yeah.
Which
they'll run together. They'll be out on.
They will run together. They'll qualify together. Obviously, the coupes will qualify at the front of the grid, and they'll be so it'll just be a natural way. The cornering speeds will
be
any
coupe
relative.
that doesn't qualify in front of a 116 hatchback, the driver needs to take a hard look at himself.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If new drivers come straight into the coupes, I guarantee, and this is a guarantee, that a lot of our trophy drivers, if they do the sprinting, they'll pass them.
Yeah,
because they're that good. I mean, and it'll open some eyes, and
there'll be a lot of walks of shame.
And if you was to put a trophy driver in a new coupe against, it's a Class C car. We've made sure that this car can win Class C, so it's the right weight, the right horsepower to win Class C.
Yeah.
If you was to put a trophy driver in it, it'll probably win Class B as well.
Yeah.
Because it's that good, the car, and our drivers are that good. So when they go out on track days, these little coupes, I mean, like every track day that a trophy car goes on, people can't believe it's a 1.6. People won't believe it's a 2-litre.
Yeah.
Because it is that quick.
And as you said, they're a good-looking car.
Yeah, I think they are. I think the looks-wise, I'd give it a sort of 9. And if I'm going to be critical, I'm going to give it a 9 for looks, and I'll probably give it an 8 for performance as well.
Do you think you'll have any drivers who will have the both?
Yeah, we have got drivers who've got the both, because we've got I think 7 or 8 coupes now.
Yeah.
I've got 2 development cars, which I'm in one today, and I use them on the road. And
just putting in, if you pull up alongside what looks like a well sorted 120 BMW coupe, it's a silver one.
Well, Ray's put Coupe Cup down the side in red, so you can't miss it.
Don't try and tick it on.
No, well, it's full roll cage, and it's a full-blown race car. And as you know, I always drive a full-blown race car.
The first time I met you, had an ex-world touring car BMW sat outside, detuned for road use.
I think the thing is, if I look back on my time, I've been driving race cars on the road now, I don't know, since before the kids were born. And it's just what but that's the way to develop something, and that's how you've got to do it. And the thing with this new little car, I think it's got everything. And the point you was making is will people have a trophy car and will people have a coupe car? Yeah, they will.
Yeah,
and they will, because if you think about it, it's natural because the suspension's the same.
Yeah.
Your wheels and tyres are the same. So you can literally pull the tyres off, your wheels and tyres off your trophy car and put it on your coupe.
Yeah.
The mechanics are the same. So if you're used to building a coupe or working on one, you will, a trophy car, the coupe's the same. It's the same job. You know, people will come in standalone, and we have had people come in because the series has been launched now. People have come directly into the coupes, and they are building coupes.
Yeah.
But a lot of the trophy guys are interested. A lot of the trophy guys have built them.
If somebody wants to get involved with all this, or even just come and watch it, what's the best way of finding out where you're racing? And I conclude, if they come and watch where you're racing, they can find you because you're at the mall. They can come and have a chat with you.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to find us is on Facebook, 116trophy. Our website's www.116trophy.com. Facebook, Gaz Shocks 116 Trophy.
Yeah.
Because Gaz is our headline. We're on Instagram now. We've been on it about 3 months or something. We're doing well. There's loads of great videos on there, and we have a good time on there. And if anyone wants to come to any of the races next year, drop us a message. I'll make sure you get tickets. Come to a race, meet the lads, or meet the gang, really. There's girls there as well. But I guarantee if you do come to one of the races, that's it. You'll race with us.
Yeah. And it's like you said, it's a very friendly atmosphere. Everybody's there to enjoy themselves. Okay, the driver's get a bit pent up when they're getting lashed in the car, ready to go out, but they're all out to have some fun.
Yeah, I'm probably more proud of the drivers than I am of the series in the car. I think our drivers are. I mean, I'm biased, but I do think they are the best, and I do think they're great, and I do appreciate the way they are with new drivers and the way they are between themselves. You know, they won't argue. You know that they'll literally, if they've got a problem with someone on the track, they walk up to them, say something, and it's done. Yeah. And I like that, and that's how we roll, and it's good. You will, if you do come to race with us, you will see that straight away, and you will become addicted to that sort of family friendly sort of atmosphere, and that's motor racing for me.
It's like the ultimate clubman's series in many ways, isn't it?
I think so, and I think some people will come and go, but it's very, very small number. Most people, when they're not racing, they'll come to the race to see the lads and have the crack.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unusual for me.
Mark Bate, it's been a pleasure chatting to you once again. All success to the Gaz Shocks 116 Trophy, and all success to your new
Gaz Shocks Coupe Cup.
Gaz Shocks Coupe Cup, what is not a bad-looking car. And the great thing about it is, because they're BMWs, they don't even have to learn how to use the indicators.
No, you don't have indicators on.
Once again, Mark,
thanks for having me, mate, and I'll probably see you next year.
Rarely beaten on price, never beaten on service. Whether it's cars, bikes or commercials, Hoddy Tyres are the best in the business. And when it comes to tyre expertise and advice to supplying the correct tyres for your vehicle's specific requirements, nobody comes close to David Lakin and the Hoddy Tyres team. So give them a call on 01200 613 192 or visit the website at hoddytyres.co.uk.